this is your shin splint therapy recording. So what we're gonna start is with your feet just underneath your hips. So just kind of take a look and make sure that you're kind of in line, your ankles right under your knees, knees under your hips. We'll just take a couple breaths, kind of settle in, shoulders relax down out of your ears. Inhale to fill up, lengthen your spine. Exhale to empty out. And then we're just gonna start by picking up all our toes as you simultaneously lift the arches of your feet. And then we'll place our toes back down. Inhale as you lift your toes up, so you kind of want to move with your breath. Exhale as you let your toes come back down. And while we do this, keep actively lifting the arches of your feet. So lift your toes up and then place them down. And we'll do 2 more like this. Invite you to go nice and slow. You really want to activate the shin muscle. So right now we're bringing blood flow to the shins, kind of warming them up. So one last time like this, and then release the toes back down. Now we'll move into some calf raises. Again, moving with your breath. So inhale, lift, exhale, lower, going slow. Lift up. Lower down. We'll do 2 more. Last time, just stay lifted and then we'll slowly release back down. And now we're gonna go back to the toes, but this time you're gonna pick them up and then just one at a time come down. So we'll start with our pinky toe and then just slowly move in. Again, pick your toes up, lifting the arches of your feet. And then one toe at a time, starting with your pinky toe, we'll move down. We'll do 2 more like that. Pick all toes up, pinky toe, and move slowly inward. And last time, rise up, pinky toes, moving in, big toes, and release. Coming over to a wall now. You're going to place 1 foot at a time on the wall and pull your toes towards your shins, really stretching and strengthening the shin muscle. A lot of times, shin splints result from inflammation and lack of strength in the shin muscle. So we're going to really just pull your toes. You're not going to see a lot of movement, but you're pulling your toes towards your shins. So hold for 2 more breaths. And then release, and we'll go to the other side. So taking your other foot up, actively pulling those toes towards your calf, towards your shin, I mean. So just actively holding it there. Keep breathing, send the breath there. Two more breaths. Good, and then we'll come back over to our mat, standing at the top of our mat. Take a deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, slowly coming down. Inhale, gaze forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, come down. And when we'll release to all fours. Let's stretch those shins out now. So just sitting on top of them. So you're going to feel a little pressure. If you need to ease off, if that's too intense, you can come forward. And then maybe as you breathe and stay in the pose a little bit longer, shifting back and rise up. But don't force, just going to go wherever you're comfortable. And if you need to, ease out at any time. So we'll just stay here. Let your shoulders relax. Try not to, if there's pain, sometimes we clench and hold on to tightness. So let's just soften. If you're really holding on tight or really clenching, just ease forward a little bit out of it. 2 more breaths. And then we'll come forward into toe pose. So you're going to take your toes underneath you, allowing the fascia on your feet to release, and then that moves upwards into the shin. So soften again, this is an intense pose. So toes are tucked under, pulling your heels together. Settle in, and we're gonna take 5 breaths in toe pose. Softening any muscles you don't need for this pose. Send the breath to the shins, to the feet. Use it to allow the muscles to soften and the pain to ease. All right, when you've completed your 5 breaths, don't rush, but we'll come forward into down dog. So in down dog, you're gonna press your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Allow your heels to be heavy. Don't force them, but press them down towards the floor. Press the mat away from you with your hands. Gaze between your feet. And here, let's try to lift our toes up again. It's gonna be a little bit more intense than it was when we were standing because we've got some forward movement here. So lift your toes up and release them down. We'll move with our breath just like we did before. Inhale, lift your toes up. Exhale, release them down. Let's do 2 more, going slow. Last time, toes lift and exhale. Let's take a deep breath in, send your tailbone up. Exhale, walk forward. We'll come to a seated position. From here, we'll extend our legs out straight, and we're gonna just point and flex. Go nice and slow. Feel that shin muscle activating, strengthening. Exhale to forward, inhale to lift. Last time. Now keep your toes pointed, take a deep breath in to lengthen your spine, lift your arms up. Exhale, just reach forward. Take a couple breaths here. Slowly rise up. Maybe give your shins a little massage. Rising up. Take your feet in. I invite you to do this at least 3 times a week, and hopefully you feel some relief. Namaste.